Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another edition of Stirring It Up with Tierra Monique, Kitchen Table Talk. And on this edition of Political News, I have something hot and spicy from MSNBC. Sit back and enjoy. We'll talk about it on the other side.
Will Trump go quietly on the 20th of January? Will he attend the inauguration and in any way perform like we expect our presidents to perform as they leave office?
I don't know about attending the inauguration, Claire. I think that's a coin flip. I think it's a 50-50 shot whether he goes or not. He will leave the White House unassisted. I'm confident of that. And whether he'll go quietly, listen, I've known Donald Trump for 20 years. I've never seen him do anything quietly. So I doubt he'll go quietly. But I do think he will leave unassisted, if that's the import of your question. And whether he'll go to the inauguration, I don't know. You know, it's very rare, as you know, that presidents don't go to their successors' inaugurals. It's happened. John Adams didn't go to Thomas Jefferson's. John Quincy Adams didn't go to Andrew Jackson's. Harry Truman didn't go to Dwight Eisenhower's. But when you think about how many inaugurations we've had, that is the overwhelming exception. And I think I would encourage him as his friend to go, because it would help him to restore some of the norms of the presidency, which need to be restored for our historical purposes, but more importantly, for our future.
Governor Christie, let me just press back a little. It's my sense, and I know you said in an interview with Hugh Hewitt that you haven't ruled out a run in 2024. I don't remember you coming out and forcefully pushing back against Donald Trump's comments on the Access Hollywood tape. You didn't defend him, but you didn't withdraw your support. I didn't hear you after he called African nations bleep whole nations. I didn't hear you distance yourself from this president at any point until the target for his ire and lawlessness was the democracy you haven't ruled out leading in 4 years. Are you simply making a political calculation that you can clean the Trump stink off you faster than Marco Rubio or some of your other competitors?
No, not at all, Nicole. And in fact, you know, at the end of it, I made a decision back in 2016 that the choice between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton was one where I was with Donald Trump. And I don't regret that choice. I still don't regret it today. I wouldn't vote for Hillary Clinton today if that choice were to be made. And so that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that, you know, I evaluate these things one at a time. And you picked out places where I didn't speak out. And there have been any number of places where I have spoken out in opposition to things the president has done, or more particularly said. I was a very vocal critic of what he had to say about Jeff Sessions, even though I think Jeff Sessions was a horribly flawed attorney general. But I don't think you can treat somebody like that. I've been very, very open and critical of the president, the way he's spoken about Chris Wray and Chris Wray's leadership of the FBI, which I think has been so much better than what Jim Comey did, and really exemplary. And Chris Wray has shown the kind of integrity that he has in leading the FBI. And so there have been plenty of times when I've spoken out too, believe me, because I've gotten the angry phone calls from people in the White House telling me that they didn't like what I said on a Sunday morning on the show where I appear. And so, you know, you can pick out ones where you believe I didn't speak out, and you're right, I didn't say things about that. But other things were motivating me at that time. But when I felt like something in his conduct as president was something that I was incredibly opposed to and that I thought was very important for our country, I spoke out.
I want to just get a last word back on the substance of your PSA about masks. Do you think Donald Trump is responsible for more people getting sick and even dying from COVID because of his conduct, his refusal to wear a mask himself, his insistence on holding indoor rallies in places where the COVID rates undeniably went up afterward? And so far, he hasn't had a public vaccine the way President-elect Biden has.
Well, sure, and Vice President Pence, who's done it publicly, and a lot of other members of the cabinet and members of the Biden team. Listen, I think that there's undoubtedly, and I've said this to the president going all the way back to mid-March. I told him I thought he should be wearing a mask. He argued that he was in the most safe and protected place in the world and he didn't need to wear a mask. I told him I thought that wearing a mask was setting an example for all the people who believe in him and even for the people who don't believe in him in the country. So I think he absolutely should have been wearing a mask throughout, the same way I was, the same way lots of other people were for almost the entire time of this pandemic, if not the entire time of the pandemic. And I do think he should take the vaccine. Now, you know, you could see people arguing, Nicole, there might be some who would criticize him for taking the vaccine. And I've seen some criticism of people, of the administration officials who have taken it, saying that you're getting ahead of frontline workers or others. I'm sure there's some people who so hate the president that they would criticize him and say you shouldn't get the vaccine because you've already been sick in a very recent period of time, and we know you have antibodies to fight off the virus and don't need the vaccine. But I would say, as a public policy matter, on balance, his example of taking the vaccine would be more helpful than any harm he would cause by taking one dose of the vaccine away from someone else who could have it. So I would, if I were advising him at this point inside the White House, I would say to him, let's call the camera spray in and let the White House physician poke you in the arm and get the vaccine.
All right, my friends, that's it for another edition of Stirring It Up with Tierra Monique. I actually feel like I'm in As the World Turns or Search for Tomorrow, one of those shows. What do you think? Please let us know in the comments section. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, be good. Bye.